Welcome to the late night diversification talks on diversified ventures. My name is Pascal Difo, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I an investment advisor. So I'm merely just a member of We Are All Satoshi, like you. I always like to start with this disclaimer to remind everyone that, whatever you do online, whether on We Are All Satoshi or any other project, especially revolving around the crypto sphere, be very careful because I would say 98% of them are scam. Luckily, I don't go around jumping from one project to another, but I know many of you do. And many of you have been suffering from projects that went down, after this person or that person promised you that, oh, this is the right one. Oh, leave that one and come to this one. So be very careful. It doesn't matter how much sweet talk anybody does to you. Trust your guts and only trust your own due diligence. Don't listen to anybody. They don't know. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Do your due diligence. At least if down the road the project fails, then you at least you know that you've put yourself or you've given yourself all the best chances of success by doing your own research. This is very important. I don't want to start listing all the projects that people came to me with in the last 6 months telling me that, oh no, this one is the right one. They've all failed. I'm lucky that We Are All Satoshi is still around. It has its own little issues. It's not perfect, but it's still around. Everything else that came or that people left We Are All Satoshi because they wanted to pursue those ones, they all coming back. They heard about Boomerang and everybody is coming back. So be very careful. Don't fall for the shiny object syndrome. It's not because it's new that it's good. It's not because it's paying now that it's going to pay tomorrow. So be very careful with your hard-earned money. All right. So only invest with money you can afford to lose. That's the golden rule. Only invest with money you can afford to lose. It doesn't matter how beautiful Boomerang sounds. Don't go borrow money to put in Boomerang. It doesn't matter what I tell you or how many trades I show you and tell you that you're going to make 1%. Do not borrow any money. If you don't have it, wait until you have money you can afford to lose. And if you want a way around sitting back and waiting for money to come, you can actually go look for that money. Present Boomerang to other people who at that time have money they can afford to lose. They will join you, they will join your team, and you will make 5% referral bonus. And eventually you will get to the 500 that you need to get yourself a license. But please do not borrow any money to get into anything. Not even Boomerang. It doesn't matter how strong I believe Boomerang is huge. Do not borrow any money. All right. So tonight, I want to go back to all the news that Chavez shared tonight or this afternoon. Chavez has his ways of explaining things that not always everybody understands. Chavez is a tech guy, and sometimes it's not always easy to understand what a tech guy is trying to tell you. No matter what, how much effort they're putting into it. So I'll try my best to break it down in layman's terms so that hopefully you will understand everything that was said tonight. So I'll go ahead and share my screen so that we can start. All right. Prior to getting into our meeting agenda, I would like to remind you that We Are All Satoshi. It's in French. So I'm not sure how far you went in French, but looks like I took the wrong the wrong slides to modify, but let me give you a quick French lesson here. We are all Satoshi, présentant une gamme diversifiée de produits pour découvrir les opportunités optimales dans le domaine décentralisé en utilisant la technologie blockchain pour augmenter de la valeur. So in other words, basically it's saying that we are all Satoshi uses, a diverse set of products to help people discover the opportunities that are laying in the decentralized realm of the blockchain technology in order to add value to those products. That's all it said. So now let's go to to our agenda. The first thing Chavez mentioned tonight or this afternoon was about the custom MySQL or MySQL, like developers like to call it. So basically what Chavez was trying to explain here is that the way the database was built until recently is still the case, was using a particular database management software called MongoDB, Mongo database, which is a MySQL type database. I'm not going to get into technical terms. Yeah. However, MongoDB had some limitations which was causing and potentially would have caused future troubles as the community would grow around Boomerang. So what they ended up doing was, Chavez technical team to build a custom database, a custom MySQL database that should now be able to accommodate millions of people clicking and trading at the same time. So that is actually very good because, even though we're only planning to having 100,000 people to test or to collect the data, after the MVP is launched, eventually, when the doors are open to the rest of the world, the Boomerang is expected to draw millions of people. So you want to have your infrastructure ready to accommodate all those people. While I'm saying this and I'm talking about the 100,000 whitelisted addresses, I would like to remind everyone that this is your chance to get onto, to get your whitelisted address, to get your license, because as it is planned, until further notice, as it is planned, after we reached 100,000 whitelisted addresses, there will be a pause because during that time, only the 100,000 whitelisted addresses will be trading, will be utilizing the platform, and data will be collected. The artificial intelligence will be learning to become better and to become autonomous so that it can eventually takes over all the manual part that we humans do. So you still have time to get your license. Even if you just want to start with an entry-level license, you don't want to wait for too long. And you'll find out soon why you don't want to wait for too long. The reason you don't want to wait for too long is because Boomerang, starting next week, has decided to start onboarding new communities. And we're talking here about external communities. As you know, many people you talk to, when you tell them about any project, the moment they hear multi-level marketing or network marketing or affiliate marketing, it automatically turn them down. Like it turns them off completely. They don't want to continue the conversation at all, because for them, network marketing is Ponzi. Network marketing is scam. I cannot blame them when almost all projects we all heard about in the last 6 months to a year are completely gone. I can't blame them. So for that reason, Boomerang and the people behind it cannot just rely on MLM to deploy this project. That's why they've decided that they also want to use the regular ways of marketing as tech guys to go out there and bring in communities. Bring in communities of traders, of crypto enthusiasts, of financial people and financial brokerage houses, and all those people that will also see something good in Boomerang. And we're talking about millions of people. We had our chance. We from WAAS, for almost a month and a half to 2 months, had a chance to take advantage of 20,000 people, 20,000 addresses exclusively. Have we achieved that? I don't have the numbers, but if we wanted to get all 100,000 addresses, they were there to grab. They were there for grab. I don't think we in WAAS have done it. We still have time till next week to go and collect as many as possible, bring as many people as possible into this project. When Boomerang opens up to external communities, there will be a big difference. The difference is going to be that they will be able to buy Boomerang directly from the Boomerang website. Of course, the Boomerang license they'll be buying from the website will not be coming with the referral bonus, with the booster bonus, with the check match, and all those Ascension Club and what's the other one? Pool income. No, and that's the major difference. We still have an edge on them. We still have, incentives that, in our way of promoting Boomerang. Our Boomerang licenses within WAAS come with incentives, all the rewards that I've just named. Whereas for those who are gonna go and get the license directly from the website, they're not gonna get any of those. So you still have an edge to go out there and bring people under the hood of we are all Satoshi. So by sometimes, I would say by the end of by the end of next week, okay, by the end of the week next week, the website will be updated. People will be able to, of course, I don't want to say don't hold your breath, but sometimes when you get into development, right, IT development, sometimes the dates are not always firm because you don't know what you're going to encounter along the way. However, by the end of next week, hopefully, the website will be updated with information on how to get your license. And the moment you get your license from that website, you will be able to get whitelisted immediately because you'll have a chance to provide a MetaMask address or any Ethereum or EVM-based address that you want to be whitelisted with. Your flash loan also will be there immediately. So this is big because basically we're going out to the communities. While some of you may see this as a competition to us from We Are All Satoshi, it's actually bigger than that. And I don't look at it as competition. I look at it as, additional due diligence to Boomerang. With Boomerang opening up to the open world, it is basically making a statement to the open world that, hey, you know what? We have something that has never been done before, and we are welcoming you to come and check it out. We are welcoming you to come and challenge it. because trust me, people, and we talk about very smart people, not people like me. We talk about people who know these things in and out. They will go in there and they'll try to understand everything. Of course, Chavez and Powell are not stupid. They have the secret sauce. You know, McDonald's doesn't let you know what they put in the Big Mac sauce, or Coca-Cola doesn't tell you, what they put, how they make Coca-Cola. So I see that actually as something very good because it gives me an additional layer of confidence that Boomerang is indeed huge. They're so confident in their product that they're willing to put it out there for people to challenge the results that we're getting. You've probably seen a couple of videos made by some people who challenge, oh, see, this profit comes from this, it doesn't come from there, it means it's fake, it means it's that. I don't have the how should I say this? You know, I don't want to say I know how to, I can totally understand and explain everything that is in the smart contract that we see on Polygon Scan. And I trust that with Boomerang going public, people smarter than me are going to scrutinize it and they're going to say things. They're going to tell us things. And I'm totally confident that Chavez and Powell have done something and they're ready to answer those questions because I won't be the one answering them. I'm just a member like you. All right. So let us look at it as an opportunity to have Boomerang put out there in the open. Because guess what? When Boomerang is out there in the open, it's actually selling itself. It's actually advertising for itself so that when you and I go to talk to the neighbor and tell him, hey, see this thing that I have, I'm trading here and the thing is giving me money. And when they start asking, is it not one of those MLM thing? You say, yes, it is. But look at this on this page here. They're also selling it to the public. It's not just MLM. We are product-based MLM, right? So look at it that way. So the third thing that Chavez talked about tonight was a big upgrade that is coming to the to Boomerang. And when I say big, it's actually very big. It is basically the first step of the Boomerang bot. Why do I call it the first step? Because it is basically the result of the AI starting to learn based on all the actions that we've done. Because what is AI? If you don't know what AI is basically a bunch of very powerful computers, right? That use a programming language or programming, not a programming language, but a programming style known as machine learning to try and mimic human intelligence. And once it is savvy enough, because whatever we do, it is learning it. Whatever we do, it is learning it and it is mimicking it. So at this point, it has already started learning. And it has already started learning and is now able to take its first steps. And that is that first step that we're gonna start seeing soon. And that is what Chavez announced today. So what is the step I'm talking about here? If you remember, for what we know so far, the way we've been trading, we would go we would go to the market opportunity, see whatever pairs are available with the percentage that come with it. Then we would go and select the first pair. We would go and select the first token of the pair. We will select the size, whether we want to trade 100 or 500 or 1,000, we would enter that amount. Then we would select the second pair based on the opportunity that was presented to us in the market opportunity. And by doing so, we would then confirm and so on. So basically the change or the upgrade now is this. All we need to do is select, select the first pair, the first token, and enter the size. Let's say, for example, I'll give you an example. We've noticed that Rapmatic seems to be very good to trade with. Whether you pair it with, Sand or Wrap Ethereum or, some other token, it seems to be bringing back really interesting results. If you select Rapmatic with this new upgrade, if you select Rapmatic and you enter the size, let's say 200 Rapmatic, that's all you need to do, because then the AI will take those two information, go back to about 18 different decentralized exchanges and bring only the pairs that are linked to Rapmatic and with the trading size, with the amount that you entered. So that means you won't get the the choice paralysis that we have when we have too many choices in front of our eyes. You will get only the pairs that are with the first token and the size that you've selected. And that is big, because you will have so many different choices, but only with that particular pair, with that particular token, and that particular size. So the chances of it being successful will be a lot higher. These are basically, this is basically the AI taking its first steps. And it's just the beginning. You will see many more steps coming. You will see many more steps coming. Maybe at one point, we'll only have to select the size, and then it will select the rest. Maybe we will only have to select the first token, and it will give us, the rest. But as I mentioned in the past, the ultimate goal is a trading bot, an automated trading bot that we won't have to sit in front of it, spend like hours, pointing, typing or trying to select things and trade. No, the ultimate goal is to automate all this. But it's always good, before you start automating something or before you start using a bot, that you actually understand yourself what is in the background. That's why I really appreciated the fact that they started it this way, to educate the community on what is truly happening in the background. So brace yourself, because this upgrade should be big. But at the same time, this is an update. It will have its issues, and be ready for that. That's why we are beta testers. And it is not because we soon going to launch the MVP that it means everything is done. No, MVP stands for minimum viable product, meaning that it is a product that is as close as possible to the ideal products, but that is still not ready. That is still, having some issues that will be addressed as we go. So be ready to understand that, hey, we discovered this issue and we need to go, in maintenance for the next 3 days. Don't start calling scams, because, they are improving the product. Okay. We all heard about the big event in Dubai, Beyond Blocks with Boomerang. I'm not sure how many of you are qualified so far. I wish and I hope that many of you are already qualified, and that I will have a chance to meet you in Dubai. I personally am flying on Sunday. I'll be in Dubai on Monday. I hope I'll get a chance to personally meet some of you. How do you qualify to go to Dubai for the Beyond Blocks with Boomerang? All you need is actually just $50,000 check match. Many of you joined this project, for those at least who are under me, They know that I built their left-hand side, and all they need to look after is the right-hand side. So that means if you can find five people that can join your team with $10,000 license each, you're golden. You're golden because you would qualify. You would be, you know, uh, what's the past of to fly? You would be flown to Dubai in business class, and you'll be staying in the best hotel in Dubai. I heard it's the Atlantis. So if you want to treat yourself, go out there, talk to people around you, and just bring five people with license 5, and then you're qualified. Today is what? Today is the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day for those who celebrate Valentine's Day. But you still have like 6 days. Maybe not Jan, but but you still have almost 6 days. Go out there and qualify so that you can go to Dubai. It's only $50,000 check match. The event will take place from the 25th, but you will be flown on the 24th. So wherever you are, you'll jump on a flight on February 24th, and then you'll jump back on the flight back home on the 27th. So the 25th, the 26th, those are the 2 days of the event. So what is going to happen during those days? Qualified leaders will get some insights on what's coming next. They'll get to understand where WAAS and Boomerang are heading to. They'll also get to represent Boomerang at a very prestigious stage. As we all know, Dubai has become the capital of the blockchain and cryptosphere in the world. So all the major events happen in Dubai. So the leaders that are qualified and that are going to be in Dubai will represent Boomerang at that prestigious stage. They'll also be meeting potential projects, owner who are planning on deploying their projects on BTC20 Smart Chain. We're talking about ICOs and eventually collaboration with the WAAS community. Now, it is important for you to understand that it's not because a project is getting deployed on BTC20 that it's necessarily a good project. BTC20 is an open blockchain, and people actually have the possibility to deploy the project without coming directly to us because it's open. All right. So we will see ICO. For example, Boomerang ICO is coming. And when the testing with the MVP, so with the 100,000 whitelisted addresses is over and all the data are available with profit and how much flash loan the 100,000 people have used, once all that information is available, the promoters of Boomerang are going to take it and go back to potential investors and say, hey, this is the product we created. This is what it's done. We have the data from 100,000 people. Now we want to grow bigger. We want to launch our coin. We want to launch our token. And the blockchain that we selected for that is BTC20. Then they will launch the ICO. And then, just like every ICO, whoever wants to buy some of the token will get a chance to buy the token. Whoever doesn't want to buy, it will be their choice. But with what I personally see for myself, if Boomerang continues on the direction that it has taken, I don't think it will be long before whatever the name of their token is going to be, gets listed on even bigger blockchains, Binance, what's the other one? Coinbase, you know, all those big names. So, yeah, the leaders will be meeting potential projects promoters and eventually even deciding or, vetting those projects. Is it good enough for our community? Is it not good enough? Do we want to endorse it? Do we not want to endorse it? They'll be making that. They'll be, whatever project that come to them, if they don't like it, they'll just push it aside. They'll basically be filtering through all the projects that will be presented to them. It is important to understand, and that's what I always explain to people. Affiliate Marketing 2.0 and what Chavez has built is basically a blockchain and a community together, a community of miners. The miners mine the Bitcoin code because whatever project comes next will need those Bitcoin code in order to deploy their project. So some people keep telling me, yeah, but why does Chavez not focus on Bitcoin code and blockchain, and he keeps bringing in new projects? And I don't stop but to telling them, we need those projects in. We are just a blockchain with a community of miners. We need the project to come and deploy on to our blockchain. And it is the use or the deployment of those projects on our blockchain that will create a use case for the cryptocurrency that we have, which is BTCC. And by those projects bringing in their own community, it will create an even bigger community of users of BTCC. And as a result, what do you think is going to happen to the value of BTCC? If that doesn't make sense, then tell me. Maybe I'm just dreaming. I don't smoke, but you never know. So we need those projects. Is BTC 20 perfect? No, not at all. Far from it. There are many issues. I don't need to, we know the bridge is still being worked on. The automatic minting, it's not perfect, but it is not the reason why we cannot be working simultaneously on bringing on the other projects. When I say we, is because, I get a chance at least to speak to Chavez and tell him what I think and tell him, Chavez, I think we need to work on this, we need to work on that. But definitely, we cannot stop bringing the projects in because we want to focus just on fixing. But Chavez knows that we need, all the issues on our layer one, on our first baby, which is the BTC20 blockchain, fixed before we can truly, embrace all the other new projects that are coming, especially with all the projects that we will be discussing about in Dubai. So the community will choose the projects to be deployed. And when I say the community, I'm not just talking about those that will be in Dubai. And this leads me to the next announcement that was made today. A few months ago, Chavez has spoken about a DAO. DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Just a very complicated name to say, democracy on the blockchain. Why do I call it democracy on the blockchain? Because every member gets to vote and they get to cast their vote. So basically, you do it through the so-called governance token. Okay? You do it through the so-called governance token. So by anybody joining We Are All Satoshi, once this is established, they will get one token one governance token. What does it serve? The governance token is basically your right to vote and your voting ballot. So when comes the time to decide on something, that is what you use to cast your vote. And whenever there's a decision to be made that requires the entire community to vote on, everybody has to utilize their voting ballot. If you use it, great, your vote will be counted. If you don't use it, it is burned to avoid any, cheat or cheating. Then after that particular vote is completed, everybody gets a new token, a new governance token issued to them. It is amazing the things that the blockchain can do. It is amazing. So until right now, basically, Chavez decides what project is coming on to BTC 20. Do we want it to continue that way? No, if we truly want to be decentralized and to give power to the people, to give power to our community, to give power to our organization, to give power to our DAO. So I don't think Chavez himself wants to be the one deciding for hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people. I think we're old enough and smart enough to make our own decisions, or to vote for what we think is right for the project or the community that we belong to. And, whatever the community will vote is what will be done. At least Chavez will always be able to say, hey, I did what the community wanted me to do. That is what a DAO is. A DAO is a true democracy where the majority decides what the community should do, and not just one person. All right. So this is powerful. I can't wait to see it implemented, because there's not so many real DAOs out there. Let me teach you another French word. Merci. That's it for tonight.